I walked into the house that evening, the weight of a long day at the office still pressing on my shoulders, only to hear muffled sobs coming from upstairs. Pushing open the door to my stepson Alex's room without knocking, I froze at the sight. Him huddled on the floor, surrounded by scattered photos of men from a magazine. His face streaked with tears as he clutched a letter that looked like a rejection from somewhere deep and personal. In that moment, something shifted inside me. Not judgment, but an urge to protect him from the world that had already started breaking him. Alex was 19, home from his first semester at college in Boston, and our relationship had always been strained since I married his mother 5 years ago. He was the quiet type, with sharp features and eyes that seemed to hold secrets, while I, Mark, at 38, was the stable engineer who'd stepped into a ready-made family after my own divorce. That night, as I knelt beside him, picking up the pieces of what turned out to be a crumpled coming-out letter he'd written but never sent to his absent father, I didn't flinch. "Hey, kid," I said softly, my voice steady despite the storm brewing in my chest. "Whatever this is, you're not alone in it." He looked up, his hazel eyes wide with fear and surprise, and for the first time, I saw the vulnerability he'd hidden behind sarcasm and distance. The next morning, over breakfast in our suburban Chicago kitchen, the air was thick with unspoken words. His mother, Elena, was already at work, leaving us alone with the remnants of pancakes and cooling coffee. Alex avoided my gaze, pushing food around his plate. "About last night," I started, choosing my words carefully. "I didn't mean to barge in, but if you want to talk." He slammed his fork down, his voice cracking. "Talk? What's there to say? You saw it. I'm gay, okay? And Dad's never going to accept it. Hell, Mom might not either." The confession hung there, raw and unfiltered, and I felt a pang of empathy that surprised me. Elena was progressive in theory, but her conservative upbringing made her unpredictable. I leaned forward. "Your dad's loss if he can't see how great you are. And your mom? We'll cross that bridge together." As days turned into weeks, I found myself drawn into Alex's world in ways I hadn't anticipated. He opened up about the bullying in high school, the crushes he'd buried, and the isolation of being the only queer kid in our cul-de-sac neighborhood. I listened, shared stories from my own youth, nothing dramatic, just the awkwardness of fitting in, and suggested books and online forums for support. But beneath the mentorship, something else stirred. A connection that felt electric, charged with unspoken tension. One evening, as we watched a documentary on LGBTQ rights in the living room, his hand brushed mine accidentally, and neither of us pulled away. My heart raced, guilt flooding in. What was I doing? He was my stepson, for God's sake. The first real conflict erupted at a family dinner when Elena's brother, Uncle Tom, visited. Tom was a burly construction worker with outdated views, and over steak and potatoes, he launched into a rant about those parades ruining traditional values. Alex's face paled, his fists clenched under the table. I tried to steer the conversation, but Alex snapped. "You mean people like me, Uncle? Because I'm gay, and I'm not ruining anything." The room went silent. Elena's eyes widened in shock, then softened with a mix of confusion and concern. Tom huffed, muttering about phases, and stormed out. Later, in the kitchen, Elena confronted me. "Did you know about this, Mark? And you're okay with it?" I nodded, defending Alex fiercely. "He's our son. We support him." But her hesitation planted seeds of doubt in our marriage. Alex and I grew closer amid the fallout. We took drives along Lake Michigan, talking about dreams. His aspiration to study art in New York, my regrets over a passionless career. One afternoon, at a quiet park bench overlooking the water, he confessed, "You're the only one who gets me, Mark. Not like a dad, but more." The words hit like a wave, stirring feelings I'd suppressed. I was straight, or so I thought, but Alex challenged that. Society's labels felt confining, and the age gap, the family ties, it all screamed taboo. Yet, in his presence, I felt alive. Tensions escalated when Alex's biological father, Greg, reappeared after years of absence. Greg, a stern military veteran, had heard about the phase from Tom and demanded a visit. Over coffee in our living room, Greg grilled Alex. "This isn't you, son. It's confusion from college liberals." Alex stood his ground, but tears welled up. I intervened, my voice firm. "He's not confused, Greg. He's brave." Greg turned on me. "You? The stepdad encouraging this? Stay out of it." The argument boiled over, with Greg accusing me of overstepping, and Elena caught in the middle, her loyalty torn. That night, alone in the guest room after Elena suggested space, I wrestled with my emotions. Alex knocked softly, slipping in. "Thanks for standing up for me," he whispered. We talked until dawn, sharing vulnerabilities, my failed first marriage due to emotional distance, his fear of never finding love. As the sun rose, our hands intertwined, a silent promise forming. But guilt gnawed. Was this help or something selfish? The neighborhood whispers started soon after. A nosy neighbor spotted us at a pride event in the city, holding signs for equality. Rumors spread. "Mark's too involved with that boy." Elena heard them at her book club, confronting me tearfully. "Is there something going on? People are talking." I denied it, but the lie tasted bitter. Alex overheard, storming out. I found him at our park bench, angry and hurt. "Why hide it? Are you ashamed?" The confrontation forced truths. My growing affection wasn't paternal. It was romantic, defying norms. Our secret deepened the divide. Elena filed for separation, citing irreconcilable differences, though the unspoken reason was her suspicion. "I can't compete with whatever bond you two have," she said, packing boxes. Alex blamed himself, retreating into isolation. I moved to a small apartment downtown, inviting him over for support sessions. But they blurred into intimate conversations, shared meals, and lingering glances. Society's judgment loomed. Friends distanced themselves. Work colleagues raised eyebrows at my family drama. One evening, as rain pounded the windows, Alex arrived soaked and distraught. "Dad, Greg disowned me officially. Sent a letter." I pulled him into a hug, our hearts sinking in the embrace. "You're better off," I murmured. But as he pulled back, our eyes met, and the air crackled. "Mark, I think I love you," he said, voice trembling. The confession shattered barriers. I admitted the same, but warned of consequences. "The world won't understand. We're family," he countered. "Not by blood. And love doesn't care about labels." The relationship evolved cautiously, stolen moments in hidden cafes, walks in anonymous parks. But conflicts arose internally. Alex questioned my commitment. "Are you in this for real, or just pity?" I reassured him, but doubts lingered. Externally, a coworker outed us accidentally at a company event, leading to HR inquiries about personal conduct. Whispers turned to outright hostility. Anonymous notes calling us perverts, invoking stepfamily taboos. Alex's college friends were divided. Some supported, others warned of power imbalances due to age. "He's like your dad figure," one said. Alex defended us. "He's my equal, my partner." But the strain showed. During a heated argument in my apartment, he accused me of holding back. "You treat me like a kid sometimes." I fired back. "Because I remember changing your life when you were 14. The words stung, highlighting the ethical gray area. Reconciliation with Elena came unexpectedly. At a neutral coffee shop, she admitted, "I saw the way you looked at him even before. Maybe I ignored it." Tears flowed as she granted understanding, though not approval. "Just be careful. Society's cruel." Her words fueled our resolve, but also amplified fears. A major crisis hit when Greg sued for custody remnants. Though Alex was an adult, he aimed to cut financial ties and publicly shame us. Court documents leaked online, sparking local media frenzy. Stepdad Stepson scandal rocks suburb. Protests outside my office demanded my firing, citing moral turpitude. Alex faced harassment on campus, slurs spray-painted on his dorm door. In the midst of chaos, we found solace in each other. Late nights debating philosophy, love versus societal norms, strengthened our bond. Is what we have wrong? Alex asked. I replied, only if we let others define it. But the pressure mounted, leading to a breaking point. The media storm peaked with a viral article questioning stepfamily dynamics in modern America. Comment sections exploded with debates. Consent matters, but power dynamics scream abuse. Versus, love is love, regardless. Alex and I became unwitting symbols, invited to podcasts we declined. Instead, we focused on survival. I lost my job, forcing a career pivot to freelance consulting, while Alex deferred a semester, overwhelmed. Support emerged from unexpected quarters. A local LGBTQ center reached out, offering counseling. In group sessions, we heard similar stories: age gap relationships, unconventional families, normalizing our path. But therapy unearthed deeper issues. My fear of abandonment mirroring my divorce. Alex's daddy issues from Greg. Am I replacing a father with a lover? He pondered. The sessions were raw, dramatic confrontations laced with tears and breakthroughs. Family ties frayed further when Elena remarried quickly to a conservative accountant who viewed us as deviants. At her wedding, which we attended for civility, tensions boiled. Her new husband cornered me. You're destroying that boy's future. Alex overheard, exploding in defense. Mark's given me more than anyone. The scene caused a rift, Elena choosing neutrality but distancing herself. As winter set in, our relationship hit a low. Isolated, we argued over trivialities masking bigger fears. Maybe they're right, we're doomed, Alex said one night, packing a bag. I begged him to stay. We fought too much to quit. He relented, but the doubt lingered. A turning point came via an anonymous ally. A journalist, sympathetic to queer stories, published a balanced piece highlighting our humanity. Public opinion shifted slightly, with online petitions supporting privacy rights. Emboldened, Alex proposed going public selectively, sharing our story at a small advocacy event. The event, in a Chicago community hall, was charged. Alex spoke first. Love found me in the unlikeliest place, but it's real. I followed. Society's boxes can't contain hearts. Applause mixed with boos, sparking heated Q&A. One question cut deep. Isn't this glorifying taboo? We countered with logic. Mutual consent, no blood relation, adult choices. Post-event, adrenaline fueled a recommitment. But backlash followed, threats online, forcing us to relocate to a quieter suburb. There, we rebuilt. Alex resumed studies online. I mentored young engineers. Our bond deepened, navigating therapy's insights. Yet, societal echoes persisted. Friends who'd ghosted returned cautiously, probing, how do you justify the stepfamily aspect? We explained patiently, emphasizing emotional equality. Years blurred into a tentative normalcy, but the past resurfaced when Greg, terminally ill, requested reconciliation. At the hospital, he confessed regrets. I was scared of what I didn't understand. Alex forgave, but set boundaries. Mark's my partner now. Greg's eyes widened, but he nodded weakly. If he makes you happy. The moment was bittersweet, closure laced with pain. Elena's stance softened over time. At a family gathering, her new life intersecting ours, she admitted, I see your happiness. Maybe I was wrong. It wasn't full acceptance, but a step. Our story inspired others. Alex started a blog on unconventional love, drawing both praise and vitriol. Debates raged, ethics of age gaps redefining family. We became advocates, speaking at panels, always emphasizing consent and respect. Internally, challenges persisted. Jealousy flared when Alex interned in New York, surrounded by peers. Do you miss being young and free? I asked insecurely. He reassured. You're my freedom. Distance tested us, but video calls bridged gaps, conversations delving into dreams. Upon his return, we committed deeper, moving in together officially, adopting a dog as a symbol of family. Neighborhood stares faded, replaced by quiet acceptance from some. A final conflict arose via a documentary offer. Producers wanted our taboo romance angle, but we refused sensationalism, opting for authenticity. Filming unearthed old wounds. Recounting the discovery night, the fights. Airing sparked national discourse. Talk shows dissecting heroic support or predatory grooming. We weathered it, emerging stronger. Alex pursued art, his pieces reflecting our journey. Abstract emotions in vibrant colors. I found purpose in activism, volunteering at shelters. As we sat on our porch one evening, watching the sunset, Alex turned. Was it all worth it? I squeezed his hand. Every conflict, every tear, yes. In the quiet aftermath, our life settled into rhythms of love and advocacy. Alex's blog evolved into a book deal, chronicling queer experiences beyond labels. Royalties funded scholarships for LGBTQ youth, turning pain into purpose. Societal shifts influenced us. Marriage equality expanded, but stepfamily romances remained fringe, debated in ethics classes. We mentored couples facing similar scrutiny, offering hard-won wisdom. Love defies norms, but demands integrity. Personal growth marked our days. I explored my bisexuality, attending pride events with Alex, embracing fluidity. He confronted abandonment issues, building independence through therapy. A poignant moment came at Elena's birthday. Reunited awkwardly, she hugged Alex. I'm proud of you both. Her husband remained distant, but progress. As decades passed, wait, no, let's ground this. 5 years on, we celebrated quietly. Friends toasted our resilience. Yet, questions lingered in quiet moments. Had we crossed lines irreversibly? The world moved forward, but our story lingered as a catalyst for change. Alex's art exhibited nationally, pieces evoking forbidden yet pure connections. Critics praised the depth, while detractors decried the theme. In reflection, the journey from discovery to devotion was fraught with drama. Family rifts, societal backlash, internal doubts. But it forged unbreakable bonds. One evening, as we walked Lake Michigan's shore, Alex asked, "If you could go back, would you walk away that night?" I paused. "No. You awakened me." Our legacy, sparking conversations on love's boundaries. Is romantic love between a step-parent and adult stepchild ever morally justifiable if it's consensual and non-exploitative?